Hello guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today's reading, it's a little personal, okay? It's a reading between two of my guides, Asmoday and Lucifer, alright? Asmoday and Lucifer joint messages, I know, another joint message, but I enjoy doing joint messages. They're easy, and they're fun, and I love to see, what's cracking, okay? So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Click subscribe and hit the like button. Now let me quit playing. Let's get into the message. Okay, the joint messages between Asmoday and Lucifer. So, starting with the tarot. So this is what they both say together. Okay, both collectively, both spirits. This is what they got to say. Okay, let's lay it down. We got the Queen of Wands. We have the fucking Eight of Wands. Sorry, what? Eight of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Judgment. And we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so we have quite a bit of some cards. I felt called to pull much more cards than I've usually pulled before, so there's a lot to go down, alright? And because there's a lot to say, this message is probably going to be long. So like I said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Alright? I'm also pulling from my brain. I didn't write down anything beforehand, so I will pause and I might stutter. It's whatever, it comes in the message. So, you're at a point in your life where you are getting over some, I guess, like, darkness. And by darkness, I mean, like, you've been really digging into your shadow. Okay, there's been a lot of like moments and experiences that have been digging into your shadow, and it's been a little bit unpleasant for you. And it's interesting because today I was watching like Mr. Robot, and it kind of reminds me of that, where the main character Elliot like really refuses to dig deeper into his shadow. And I can't really get into it because I don't want to spoil it, but you know what I mean? You're kind of having a moment where, like, it's time to really face the shadows, time to face the darkness. And it's been really tough because you've closed those doors. You've closed the door to the darkness. At least your own personal darkness. You know, you might sit here and be like, I love the darkness. I love the demons. And I'm sitting here watching your reading, King, because I love demons and I love, the scary. I love the shadow. You know what I mean? It's 10-10 when I'm saying this. And I love it. It's so comfortable for me. So I don't know what you're talking about. And that's fine. Like, it definitely, if you're on this channel, you definitely like it. I'm not saying that you don't. But I'm saying your own personal shadow. That's what you're afraid of. You're not afraid of all the other shadows. You may not be afraid of the demons. You may not be afraid of the monsters. You may not be afraid of the gothic and macabre, but you are definitely afraid of yours. Because it really highlights a lot of the things that you refuse to go back and see. And that's completely fine because everybody deals with this throughout their life. This is something that is just normal part of the human experience, okay? But I feel like you guys are really growing from that. You've been like growing and you're getting more comfortable and confident with the darkness, your own darkness, with the Queen of Wands especially. I feel like that cat underneath the Queen of Wands, like that's your shadow. And you're getting comfortable with it. You're letting it stay with you. You're looking it into the eyes, okay? Because I really do feel like your shadow might have to do with just like pleasure and things like that. For one, especially with like this Nine of Pentacles energy, it's like you guys refuse to just enjoy things. You know what I mean? Like it's just scary because you feel like it's going to get taken away as soon as you start to enjoy it. You feel like if you start to enjoy other people, they're going to run away from you. You feel like if you start to just enjoy life, something bad is going to happen and it's all going to fall downhill and everyone's going to start turning on you. You just feel like if you get comfortable with yourself and your life, like it's just not going to turn out how you want it to be. And you just feel like you always need to be in control. You know what I mean? You just don't really like flowing and stuff like that. You don't like that cups energy. But you got to learn to flow sometimes. You got to learn to relax, because life, it takes us in places that we may not expect. But that's the beauty of our journey. And those places are so divine, okay? When it comes down to life, generally speaking, don't think that you don't have control. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can't control every single outcome that happens. There's people that can sometimes have an impact on your life. There's things that can be unexpected. But in a divine sense, the world, the universe is giving you what it is that you call for. And if you refuse pleasure, it's not going to give you the pleasure that you are seeking. You can't deny what is inside your heart. You can't deny what is lurking in the shadow any longer, because it is only making you sad. But I feel like, if you're watching this, you're definitely getting over this. You're growing and you're starting to evolve, and things are getting better, especially with judgment. Like, you realize that you need to make a change, that you need to face those demons that are inside you and befriend them and get close to them and love them, because you love all these other demons and you love all these other monsters, but you don't love your own monster. And that's what's sad. So it's time to get comfortable with your monster and get confident about it and love it, especially when it comes into pleasure and enjoying life. You guys feel like you always need to be in control, and you are in control. It's just sometimes life hits us with like events that like we may not expect. And sometimes we need to flow. Sometimes always controlling things can be stressful. You know what I mean? So just understand, like, just put it in autopilot, for a split second, you're in control. It's your decision to put it into autopilot, like, put it in autopilot for a minute and just assess, like, what is it that my soul wants? What is it that I want? Like, if I want pleasure, then why not let it happen? Why continue to reject it? You know what I mean? There's things that obviously have bothered you, past experiences that have made you feel like unworthy of having that in your life. And you can't continue to do that anymore. So start being confident in yourself, okay? Start being confident in your demons. Start loving them. Start loving the shadow that's within you, because, you might like the shadow everywhere else, but let's focus on the one that's inside you. I hope this is making sense. So face your demons. Like, you face all the other demons, congratulations, but it's time to face yours, okay? Time to face your monsters, because they got a lot of information for you. They got a lot of help for you. I don't know who keeps slamming the doors in this house, but it needs to fucking stop. All right. I don't think you guys can hear it because I got a microphone, but it's just like, it's just so irritating. Like, I'm trying to give you messages and people are slamming doors. Like, geez. Anyways, let's hop into Asmoday's portion of the reading. Let's see what he has to say, because he definitely knows a thing about pleasure. If you feel all right, we got 8 of Wands. We have Page of Pentacles. And we have 10 of Cups. And we have the Hermit. So let's hop right in. Oops. Okay, so don't feel enraged. Okay? Relax. Relax your face. Relax your body. Stop being so intense. Okay? I understand you like to be intense. Don't always need to be so intense. Just relax. Like, everything's okay. This is not an interrogation, okay? If you felt called to click on this message, just understand that, Asmoday, Lucifer, they're trying to help you out, okay? Relax. You're not being interrogated. You're not being beaten up, okay? 8 of Wands. Twice in a row, okay? There's a strong emphasis on growth. You are really growing. You are doing the best that you can at this current point in time. Don't beat yourself up, okay? You're really growing as a soul. number one. Like, I feel like, you know, you have, obviously as souls we constantly evolve, but you have been evolving very fast throughout your whole entire existence, okay? And I feel like the more you heal, the more effort you put towards healing, the faster your evolution is. So you're really growing. You're putting in the work and effort, and it's paying off. Don't feel like the efforts that you're making to heal aren't being noticed. Don't think that it's not happening, because you are healing. You are growing. You know, open up to the pleasure of life. And also, like, stop being afraid that your life is going to, like, just, like, automatically go to hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stop thinking that your life is going to, like, turn to pure chaos. And if your life is pure chaos, embrace it. Like, this is my crazy little world. Embrace the crazy. Make it your own tornado. And let it crush everything that stands in the way of your dreams, right? Don't get consumed by, like, the thought where it's like your life is hell and stuff like that. Like, you're the king of your own hell. So embrace it, you know what I mean? You know, Page of Pentacles, I kind of feel that energy where it's like, really use that, like, just anger that's within you as a tool to, like, push yourself to heal, number one. But also to, like, to become passionate about your life again. Because I do feel like you guys, like, have been beaten up really badly when it comes down to just, like, your life generally. Like, with the Hermit, you know, you've been alone all this time. And, you know, it's not that it's necessarily negative, because I feel like through the solitude, you've learned a lot about yourself spiritually. Okay, I have, like, two messages from the Hermit. So, like, for one, with the Hermit, it's like, you have been really opening the doors to, like, you know, your demons and stuff like that through this, like, solitary time you've been experiencing. Okay, so that's the Hermit energy that I'm getting. But also with the Hermit, it's like, I feel like a lot of this, like, isolation that you've been experiencing throughout your life is very self-induced. It's because you're just really afraid of how people will treat you. You're afraid that, you know, people are going to see some of the demons that you're hiding within. But maybe think to yourself, like, that the people that want to come into your life, they want to see those demons. You know, like, why hide them? Because the monsters that you think that are harboring within you, like, those monsters are just the need to be loved. Why not allow yourself to be loved and cherished by those people that tried to come into your life? And even if you feel like there's no one that's coming to your life, that you're so alone, why don't you, you know, even let your guides love and cherish you? The spirits that are guiding you. You completely shut the door. Shut down. Run away. Because you feel like a monster, generally speaking. And you have to let go of that, because you're a very powerful person. You know, whether you believe that or not, you're a very powerful soul. And you're meant to achieve a lot of greatness on this planet. And you just have this deep fear about being cherished and enjoying your beautiful life and making it your own because of the past traumas and things that you've experienced. You have to learn to really cherish your existence, because it is so special in its own rights. And you have to get, you have to utilize, like, this anger and make it your power. You have to utilize that flame and let it engulf anything that stands in the way of what it is that you want for yourself. You have to be confident in yourself and your monster, because your monster is just as important as, you know, the outside you that you illuminate to the world, right? Your monster is like the truest version of you. And you have to listen to that monster. And it is not that it isn't worthy of being loved, because it's loved already. So I definitely feel like the Ten of Cups is just highlighting that there's going to be like a lot of great change, and it's going to be satisfying, this healing. And I feel like if you're watching this and you're feeling defeated with your life, don't, because everything is turning out. Everything is going to be okay. You're going to be okay. It's all going to work out exactly how it needs to work out. Okay? Let's hop into his oracle. We got home, and we have your guides. Oh, you guys can't even see. Here, let me move the cards up a little. Can you see now? Yep. Okay, home, your guides. Child. My microphone kind of smells like incense. Alright, and we got family. Family. Such a funny word. Doesn't speak to me yet to desire me to come to celebration. Alright, let's hop right into this. Okay, so I felt like with the home and your guides, I got like this really somber message where it's like, if you aren't accepted at home, if your family doesn't accept you anymore for who it is that you are, just understand that your ancestors accept you. Understand that your spirit guides accept you. Understand that you are accepted for who you are. Who you are is beautiful, despite what other people think. You're not difficult to love. And I also feel that with home, it's like, okay, for one, some of you guys could be moving away. I also feel like with like the cards, home, child, and family, maybe, within your childhood, you felt as though you didn't fit in with your family. That there was something not quite right with you, that you just were the odds one out, right? The odd one out. I said odds one out. You were the black sheep, if you will. And that really made you feel uncomfortable. That's really had a major impact for you. This is like a message for some. I feel like it may have made an impact on you. And it's made you feel as though you aren't worth being accepted. And you are. But I also feel that with, the guides, it's like, your guides, they're a part of your family. You have a beautiful family around you. It's in everything. It's in nature. It's reflected in every single synchronicity that you see. You might not even notice the synchronicities that are coming through. You know what I mean? When you look at the clock, or when you listen to music, some billboards, animals that you see outside. It's reflective of this just beautiful, like, intertwined web that you and your guides are in. You can always find home within them. And I feel like they're saying that you're their child, and that they will always take care of you, and that you will always be very important to them, and that they will protect you and never let you down. Because I feel like you guys have been let down. So I feel like there's been a lot of disappointment that you've faced with your true family, or with just other people. Generally speaking, you've been judged and mistreated for who you are. But there's a home that's within your guides, and you will always be their child, that they're taking care of, that they're watching over. Let me collect myself. All right, we got white buffalo. And we have harpy eagle. I also feel like you guys might be starting a family very soon as well. Maybe if like you guys want a family in the future, like there's something very important about that. Maybe that's something that you guys desire, but you just like don't know if it will ever happen. Well, it will. Okay, so that's for some. Okay, the spring. Okay. So starting with the spring, like the spring, emphasizes healing. There's great healing that's happening right now. There's progress that's being made. So if you feel like nothing's happening, like things are happening. Everything's happening. Okay? And I feel like with octopus energy and the multiple arms, it's like there's so much that's going on behind the scenes that you're just not seeing right now. You're not seeing the magic that's being put into like your spiritual development. You're not seeing like the team at work here for you, okay? Because like I said, like you're their child. So they're always gonna, they're always gonna go hard for you. They'll always ride hard for you. Because their mission and their importance is to take care of you, to make sure that you are evolving to the next level. So, there's so much that's going on behind the scenes. Like, just trust everything that's happening right now. And also trust yourself. Because you're the creator of your own world. You're the god of your own land, okay? Understand the beautiful power that's within you right now, okay? Because with the octopus, I also feel it's like you have so many like gifts and you have so many opportunities. Your arms are representative of your power, your opportunities. You have like several pathways. When one door shuts, another one opens. Oh my god, a door shut while I said that. Like there's so many paths, so many ways that your life can go. And there's so many new things that are opening up for you right now. Just have hope. And I feel like if you feel really emotional and you really need to cry, then cry, because it's okay to cry. Crying is a part of healing. It is completely fine to cry. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It is a regular human emotion. And it's something that we should cherish, okay? Because I feel like a lot of people demonize crying. They think it's like stupid to cry, that you're a crybaby if you cry. It's only something that kids do. Like, that's so stupid. Everyone's allowed to cry, okay? It doesn't matter if like you're the king of your kingdom, the god of your world. You can cry. It's completely fine. The earth throws temper tantrums and storms and rains and throws hurricanes because it's just a natural part of nature, and you are nature, okay? And because you are nature, you are God. You're the creator of your own world. And you can do anything that it is that you seek, all right? Especially with white buffalo. Like, I feel like with white buffalo, the energy, it's like your spirituality is really starting to evolve during this era. Like, there's going to be new things that you're discovering about your spirituality. And also understand that like this whole entire everything that's happening right now, this is divine. This is all meant to happen, and you're on the right path. If you need that confirmation, you're on the right path. And definitely with a harpy eagle energy, like just assess what it is that you want in your life. Remember it. Hold it close to you and never let go of that. No matter how tough things get, always hold on to the vision that you created for yourself. The ideal life that you dream of. Always hold on to that. Always understand that at the end of the day, that is the goal. Never let go of it. Despite how hard things get. Despite how scary things get, okay? Whew, okay, so let me try to collect myself because I don't want to cry. Let's pull some demon of the day. And let's get some keywords, all right? So I'm going to have to put my microphone down because... I'm going to put my microphone down to shuffle the cards. So it's going to be a little quiet. Like, my voice might sound a little bit muted. That's because I'm shuffling the cards and my microphone's on the floor. So give me a moment. Okay, let's see here. What else does Asmoday have to say in regards to his portion of the message? Okay. So we have Belial. You must sometimes sacrifice a little to receive a lot. There's a greater glory waiting for you. Okay. And then we have Furqas. Your ability to see into the future strong. You must not be afraid to look. Okay. Sorry. Fornius. Is it Fornius? Yeah, I think it's Fornius. Foreigner is Fornius. Respect and admiration from others comes easily with success. Is the goal you're pursuing truly worthwhile? Okay. He's saying put your goals into perspective. Okay. Make sure you got sight of the plans that you were wanting to achieve with your life. Okay. And let go of fear. Okay. I feel like you guys hold on to that so much. And it's time to let go of that because it's like holding you back from living the life that you're supposed to live, that you're meant to live. All right. And there's so much insight that's being revealed to you at this current point in time, you know, through your spiritual team, and even insight that you are gaining through your own third eye. Right. Okay. Let me pull the keywords because I feel like we got some good keywords that we need to pull. This message is just so beautiful. Like, I want to cry so badly, but I have to keep it together because I don't want you guys to hear me like, I don't want to hear you. I don't want you guys to hear me crying like a big ass baby. Like, seriously? You'll be like, please stop crying. All right, I'm going to pull some keywords. So I'm going to also put the microphone down for a split second. Okay. That's what they have for the collective who's watching this recording. Okay, let's hop into this shit. So, we got many options. Okay, that's like the octopus arms. I told you guys. You guys got so many options that are revealing themselves to you. Okay, there's so many paths that you can go down. Your life has not ended. Do not worry. Stop holding on to like fear and worry. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's turning out exactly the way it's supposed to. With the Mars energy, it's time to really take control of your life. And you know, if you feel like I said, like that you don't have control over everything, you know, you do. Okay, that is what I'm meaning. I feel like I'm contradicting myself by being like, oh, you can be on autopilot, but you have to take control. It's honestly how you feel. If you feel as though you need to control everything and you feel like you're losing control and you're feeling things are becoming too much, yeah, you can withdraw. You can sit up here and take a moment to be on autopilot and reassess. That is you making a decision. That is also an aspect of control, but in a healthy way. You can also sit up here and take control by taking action, by doing something that you need to do. If you're feeling like shit is not moving how it's supposed to be moving, you know, let's do something, okay? Let's take some action, okay? Initiation. This era in your time, in your life, in your path, it's a part of an initiation process, okay? Definitely because you are evolving as a soul, and there's just spiritual things that are going on right now that you might not understand, but it will be revealing itself to you very soon. And with trees, I definitely thought of the Kabbalah tree, but I also every single time I think about the trees card lately, I think about like family. And that kind of goes back to like really what I mentioned with like your spirit guides. Like there is protection over you and they are watching over you and you're always being taken care of. Trust that. Okay? So like a grandfather tree, that's what I thought of. So definitely the initiation card, like that's something that you're going to get into very, very soon, and it will all make sense probably after this reading. So I felt called to say that. So I'm going to lay out Lucifer's tarot, and I will be right back, and we're about to get into the second part of the reading. All right, guys, second portion of the reading with Lucifer. Okay, because I know you guys have been aching and waiting for this message, like, oh, I want to hear it from my daddy. All right, so here we are. Let's get into it. All right, let's see what tarot he has. We have Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, okay, the Hierophant, Knight of Cups, and Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so we have a lot of water energy, okay? Quite a bit, okay, see? 3 cards of water energy and 2 air cards, okay? So we got quite a bit of some water energy going on here. Why I become Southern. I just had to point that out because, like, if you're feeling emotional, it's okay. Like, that is literally, like, what needs to go down right now. Like, you being emotional, that's just part of the healing process. So, like, embrace it, okay? Embrace the tears, embrace the water. So anyways. Ooh, okay. I gotta think about this a little. Alright, so let's start with like the Hierophant card, because that kind of that low-key intrigues me. And also the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like he's saying with the Hierophant, like, you have a position that is really important. And it's more important than you may understand at this current point in time. Like, I feel like you guys don't really see the full depth of it. Some of you guys might be like, I know how important I am. But, you know, it's just obvious that there's like a depth to it that you might not understand. Especially since if you're watching this reading, you definitely have a lot of vulnerability issues. Not trying to do a call out, but just saying. Like, there's vulnerability issues that are going on here right now. You have importance in... Ooh, sorry. Saw an angle number. You have importance in your life and in other people's lives. And it's very spiritual. And it's very grand. And you don't see the depth of it. Because, you know, if you saw the depth of it, I don't feel like you would be as afraid of some of the things that are appearing in your life. And that's like, I'm not saying that to be rude. Like, I hope I'm not coming off as rude when I'm saying this. But there's just like an importance with you that you just may not fully understand. And it has a lot to do with even your emotions. Like, you guys are empaths. So you get emotional a lot. But there's so much beauty in having those emotions. It makes you capable of healing people. I feel like a lot of the people that watch my channel, they're healers, okay? And the thing is, like, everyone who watches this channel, you guys are into the darkness. We're into the shadow over here. We love the demons. Because that is a very powerful part of healing. Embracing those demons, embracing the darkness, embracing the shadow aspects of ourselves, you know? And so, you know, you guys may not understand, but a lot of these things that you experience in life, it makes you a very powerful healer. It makes you more capable of changing this world, you know, the landscape that you live in. More than ever. More than ever. More than ever. More than ever. You know, you're so capable of creating great change in this world. All the ideas you have are just amazing. They're beautiful. And you're very intelligent. I feel like you guys are geniuses in your own right. Okay? Especially with the Knight of Cups, like, really listen to your heart. I feel like that's a big message that I give on this channel, but it's very important that you listen to your heart, because your heart is telling you where you need to go. It's telling you exactly where you need to be. And I feel like everything is lining up exactly how it's supposed to be at this current point in time. Okay? So with the Queen of Cups, you know, she is emotional and she connects to her emotions. Okay? She'll let herself cry. She lets her emotions be a power in her life. Okay? Let your emotions be a power in your life. Don't let them overpower you, but let them be a power in your life. Let them help you heal people and heal yourself. Most importantly, healing yourself. You know, let your emotions guide you where you need to go. You guys sometimes are afraid to be emotional because of the way that the society is set up, especially if you are a male or resonate with masculine energies. You might feel as though like you can't be emotional because the way that everything is. But it's okay to be emotional, and it's okay to cry. And it's okay to be upset sometimes. Because that is a part of being human. Because at the end of the day, like, we're humans, okay? Like, that doesn't undermine your power. Okay, I know a lot of people are like, stupid humans. They're all dumb. It's like, they're not dumb. Come on. We're not dumb. We've made a lot of beautiful things, and we've made a lot of terrible things. Okay? But there's divinity in humans as well. Like, humans are, they're so dumb, and they're like at the bottom of the food chain, and like, compare them to the aliens and stuff. It's like, please. There's beauty and divinity in humans as well. Okay? Let's not get into all that though. Cause, I was getting flashbacks. I was getting flashbacks. Alright. So yeah, Ace of Cups, like, there is room for relationships. There's room for partnerships. Allow those to come in during this current point in time. Allow yourself to be emotional. Allow yourself to feel emotions, okay? And with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like being emotional, listening to your heart is one of your strong suits, your strongest suits, and it will help you, it will guide you to ultimate prosperity. It will guide you exactly where you need to be. It is one of your superpowers. So embrace it. Embrace it, okay? Let's get into the Oracle. We have dream. Life can be a dream come true. It's very true. Okay, I was trying to slide it up, the gods, but now I'm starting to destroy the whole entire spread. Oops. Okay, let's see here. Okay, it's starting to look a little ugly. It's looking a little crazy, but trust me, it'll fix itself at the end. Infinity. Preserve your power. Okay, don't waste your power on circumstances that aren't going anywhere. I felt called to say that. Unseen, trust your growing potential. And consent, know your boundaries. Okay. Let's hop right in. Let's start with dream. Life can be a dream come true. It can. In the card, you guys can't see because the light is like glaring onto it. Oh, you still can't see. Can you see a little? The person in the card is laying in water. They're not drowning, but they're like low-key, like they're not enjoying it either. It's not very pleasant, the whole entire water experience. I feel like you guys have lost sight of the beauty of life and that it can be amazing. It can be fun. Like, trust. Trust. Oh my god, why is she sighing? Sorry. My sister's dog is in here. She's being loud as hell. Nah, I'm just playing. She ain't be that loud. I'm being a bully. With Dream, it's like you have like lost sight of the beauty that can be found within life. Like you feel like because of all these experiences, like that your world is supposed to be miserable. It's not worth enjoying and living, and that's not true. There's still so many dreams that can be achieved, okay? And I've said this before, but you got to take it one step at a time. You got to start somewhere. Start where you can. And everything will unfold exactly how it's supposed to if it's divinely meant to be for you. Sorry, I apologize. Okay. But I want to jump to the consent card because it really emphasizes, because you're an emotional person, you know, and because I feel like perhaps there's just like this issue going on in your life in which a lot of people like to reach into your energy and, you know, just constantly be in like your energy field, just like obsessive energy. Where some people, and this is for some, like I don't feel like this is for all, but I feel like there's quite a bit of some people that might have been obsessive with you, and that's why you've felt the need to isolate yourself and go dormant. There's just this obsessive bullying energy sometimes I also get, where people have just like relentlessly treated you wrong, and you can't let people like that into your life. You can't let people who are bad for you into your life. If you're feeling like going back to someone you know you shouldn't, stop. Like, what are you doing? I understand that this is like a really hard time because you're growing, you're evolving, and you're healing, but like, don't open the gate for someone who's not meant to be. Sorry, I need to sneeze. Ooh, I apologize. Don't open the gates for someone who obviously isn't meant to be here, okay? Like, if it's an ex-partner or an ex-friend or anybody, addictions even, like, it's time to put an end to that. I also feel like I said, going into the addictions thing, but not like going too deep into it, like, don't let this come back into your life. I feel like some of you guys are like on that edge, you're like ready to relapse again. Let's not, okay? Let's take control. Okay, you guys are always talking about, I don't have control over my life. Like, this is the moment where you can take control. Don't let that back in, because you've come this far. And overall, with the consent card, it's like, ooh, I just need to sneeze. Overall, with the consent card, like, you really need to push things that keep you down away. You know, this is a time in your life where you can't let like bad energy, I'm talking about like just negative, heavy energy, you can't let that stuff just freely into your life, whether that be through people or just like even through content. I feel like some of you guys might be watching like YouTubers that like are just really toxic, and drama channels. I also feel like maybe there's just like a YouTuber in particular that's just like, they're really not, there's something about them that's just like, you shouldn't watch them anymore. Maybe you feel the vibe that it's like there's something wrong with them. If you feel that vibe, like, it's obviously your intuition telling you like, let's stop watching this person. So that's for some. Oops. Oh my god, I'm getting congested, I'm sneezing. This has been happening. This is like the second time this has happened during a reading. New reading symptom unlocked. I hope you guys didn't hear that. Like, my nose doing that. But like, it's time to like really push away things that like are trying to like push you down. You know, push away the like hands, the shadow hands, that are trying to suppress you. So, does it make sense? I hope I'm making sense. Like, I hope I'm not getting like too like aloof and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whew. It's just like my body is starting to react to the reading itself. And with infinity, it's like I said, like, it goes hand in hand with the consent card. It's like, preserve your strength, preserve that powerful energy within you, and don't let just anybody like touch on it. Like, don't let anybody just into your energy field willy-nilly. Like, I understand that, you know, you might feel lonely, but like, don't just let anybody in, okay? Don't let these weirdo YouTubers and you know, these influencers. Time to stop watching some of these influencers. I also thought to myself, like, no more watching like overconsumption YouTubers anymore, or just like I was kind of thinking about like restocking content. There's something that's like not quite right with that content either. Like, just be more selective of some of the things that you're watching, because some of these people that are behind these cameras, it's just like, yeah, because you guys are very like strong when it comes to energy, you can really pick up on that type of stuff. You can pick up on like the people that you're watching and things like that through the screen. It's kind of giving poltergeist, you know, the TV people. Like, you can pick up on those people behind the screen, so just be selective with who you're watching. Don't let them get into your energy field like that. And like, especially when it comes to some of these like YouTube Shorts creators, like I don't know, I just felt like I felt called to really emphasize some of these YouTube creators, because some of them be on some weird shit. Let's just be honest with you. So just be careful, because some of this content might make you also just feel the need to do things that you shouldn't do. Like, if you're watching restocking content, you might feel called to, you know, start participating in some overconsumption, purchasing, you know, $17 hand sanitizer when you shouldn't, you know what I mean? So just be careful with who you're letting into that field, because that can really drain your power. You know, just letting, you know, random energy walk in your room, okay? So everything is going the way it's supposed to be going with the unseen card. Like, there's so much that's growing, there's so much that's happening behind the scenes. Trust it, trust your spirit guides, trust yourself, because you are the god of your world, and everything is working out exactly how it's supposed to, okay? Ooh, okay, so we got the comfort to friendship. Yeah, this spread is getting crazy. I mean, it's looking a little bit crazy right now, so just bear with me. We got wishes. We got the witch's house. And we have the crone in winter. Okay, Luce, tell us. Comforts of friendship. Allow people into your life. Allow good people into your life, okay? Like I said, not the bad people. Not the people that shouldn't be there, okay? There's going to be some friends. There's going to be some support on the way. Like, if you're feeling really lonely, that's where you're feeling like you need to like welcome in some of these bad characters, don't worry. There's people that are coming. There's people that are meant to help along this path within this journey. You know, everything is turning out how it's supposed to be. And definitely, if you have a friend that's available, like, talk to them, because they will understand. I feel like one of you guys' friends that you might have, if this applies, you know, they're a soul sibling, you know, soul sister, soul brother, a soul sibling that you should be able to go to in times of need. I feel like they understand deeply and compassionately, and they can really help you with your situation. So that applies for some. But overall, like, there's a friend that's coming through, and everything is going to be okay in that realm of life, and you don't need to worry about, you know, your needs not being fulfilled, because they are being fulfilled. If you've been wishing, you know, for a friend to come in or some type of support, there's support on its way. And if you're also wishing for housing or like a new home or, you know, a new place to stay, that's also coming up with the witch's house, okay? Because we do get like home house vibes. There's stability coming in your home life. For some things are like becoming more stable, and you know, you're gonna find your people, you're gonna find your family. You know, just trust that. Trust me. Trust your spirit guides, trust yourself, trust the beauty, the potential that's within you, and trust that inner wisdom as well with Crone and Winter. Trust the wisdom that's inside you, that's been passed down, you know, through the blood. Trust it, because, you know, at the end of the day, like, you're being guided to where you need to go. Okay, so let's pull some keywords from Lucifer. Okay, thanks, buddy. Let's pull some keywords. Let's pull some demon of the day and some keywords, right? Oh, my nose. Oops, where's my cards? Where's my cards? Oh, found them. Okay, let's pull some demon of the day first. Okay. So, what other advice does Lucifer have for the collective who's watching this reading? Okay, so let's see here. We have marks. Astrology is the key to the answers you seek. Look to the stars above for guidance and clarification. You know Lucifer's a star. You can always look to him. You can always look to him for guidance and clarification if you feel called to. Or yes. Oh, just emphasis on astrology. Okay, some of you guys really need to get into that astrology. Okay, it can really help you understand your purpose here on this earth. And there's just a very powerful significance with like the stars and the planets. Astrology brings important information. Study your natal chart and the astrological connections with those around you, okay? So really get into astrology, okay? Because that's a gift that some of you guys possess. You know, if you're watching this reading, I believe that you possess it. So all of you guys. Okay, Ose. Connecting with animals can lead to positive transformation. It can also lead to unexpected knowledge of self. Okay, get connected with nature. Get connected with your nature. And if you can afford it, now would be a great time to find your familiar. Okay? So, let's pull the keywords and wrap this shit up. Am I right? Because I'm starting to get a little bit burnt out here. And, you know, my head's starting to go crazy. My nose is going crazy. You know what I mean? So let's just hop into the keywords, okay? I'm about to put my microphone down for a second. Okay. What keywords does Lucifer have for... Okay, guys. Sorry if that took a little while. To shuffle the damn cards. We got sleep. We have thinking. Understanding. And you sense it. Okay, so you guys obviously sense, number one, the power that's within you. You sense that there's a deeper purpose to you, to your soul. And you need to understand that there's things that are happening in your life that are happening in accordance with your soul. I also feel like maybe you sense a force within your sleep. There's something you've been thinking about, and you're understanding it. Okay, wait. Let me dissect this. Okay, so I feel like, for one, like, there's a spiritual force. Maybe, like, you are understanding your own spiritual force. You're understanding the power that's within you. You can feel it in your sleep. You get messages through your sleep about it. You get messages throughout your life, synchronicities that point to you being a very important key in your own world. And you need to understand that. And you've been thinking about it. You also have been thinking about going towards something that might be risky, but it's worth it. And you also need to understand that some of the things that have played out have happened for a reason. Okay, some of you guys are really thinking about somebody. You keep thinking about them, and you're wondering why they've left. Understand that it's happened for a reason, and that this person was probably a karmic partner. Alright guys, I'm wrapping this up, so because, you know, I'm with my sister's dog, and, you know, she's starting to get a little bit impatient with me. So we're gonna wrap this up. So thank you guys so much for watching this reading, and I'm sorry for, like, if you heard sniffling with me at one point. I don't know. I got congested for a split second. I don't know if this is just part of my spiritual gifts. Either way, it happened, and I apologize. But also, you know, if you're interested, feel free to donate a gift through my throne wish list link so I can get new decks on this channel. I love having new decks on this channel, and thank you guys so much for watching. You know, comment down below if it resonated. And yeah, so thankful for you guys' existence, and thank you so much, Asmoday and Lucifer, for this message. And I'll see you guys very soon. Take care, and goodbye.